Start of day 102, August 5, 8:15, getting ready to get on trail. I'm at mile marker 1860 something. I'll be at 1875 tonight. Next goal now that I'm in Connecticut is get 900 miles, which should be about 2 days hike, and I'll be at 900 miles in. Today's hike goes along the river for a couple of miles, and it goes up over a mountain back into New York, then loops back into Connecticut and back down to the river again. I'm going to stay at a shelter. I think I'm going to stay at a shelter near Kent. There are no hostels, at least not here. And like a motel room's $180 a night, just can't justify that. So depending on when I get my 8.6 miles done for today, which I think will be early afternoon, I may try to make a foray into Kent and do my resupply and try to do laundry and possibly take a shower there. They have a coin-operated shower in a park building, and get cleaned up a little bit and then get back out to the shelter, spend the night, and then take off in the morning. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is I get to the shelter and I don't have any gas left in the tank, and I just spend the night and go into Kent in the morning. So we'll just see what happens. Don't feel too bad this morning. Been thinking of ways to lighten my pack. I have too many redundant items in my pack. Even though my food is down to about a day, it's still got plenty of weight in my pack. So thinking about stuff I can get rid of to get another pound or two off this pack, so I don't have to carry so much. But great campsite. The river noise was wonderful, slept good, and we're going to take it on down the trail. I'm kind of looking forward to this day. I think it's going to be really pretty hiking along the river. And so I only have one more task to do this morning. I need to filter a little bit more water and kind of drink up, camel up here to start the day, so I don't have to carry so much. So I need to go back over here and cross the bridge like I showed you last night, and filter half a liter to a liter of water, and get my electrolyte solution mixed up, and swig on that in the water I have, and then take off for the day. So that's what it looks like the day holds. I talked to my friend Creek last night. He's been burning up the trail, doing about 15 miles a day. He'll catch me here in 4, 5, 6 days probably. Then we'll hike together. Hopefully, my conditioning continues to grow here, and so I will see you on down the road. Let me show you this campsite here. I think I did last night. Maybe I won't do that. You already seen it, so I'll see you on down the trail. Looks like I'm to the top of today's climb, or at least where we get the view. It was a good workout, and in a little bit I head back into the bushes over here, but for now I'm gonna take a load off and take a little rest. It is very beautiful, very hazy. It's very, very humid. It isn't that hot, like low 70s maybe. It's very, very humid. I'm just sweating to death. The trail this morning has started out in Connecticut for a good ways. We slipped over into New York, and now we're back in Connecticut again. I think the trail does this several times. Not today, I don't think. I think maybe I'll be in Connecticut the rest of the day today, but I think there's another instance where the trail slips back over across the line in New York, and then comes back into Connecticut. So anyway, it's neither here nor there. It's still a trail. I've been watching the trail here, and I don't see any case of it now, but I've seen 3 or 4 or 5 pretty fresh bear scats with raspberries in them. So there's bear around here. The berries must be ripe, and they must be eating them, because you can tell from that. So the trail now after this climb is just sort of roly-poly, going kind of across, I don't know, the side of a ridge. I'm not sure exactly what the topography is. It's going to gently go down to a shelter, not the one I want to stay at. Then I think I have another little climb up and over a hump down into the shelter that is kind of my destination, or at least gets me close to Kent. So got to be in Kent either this afternoon or tomorrow morning, whichever one. And if the trail's all nice like this, it'll be this afternoon, because I'll have a whole afternoon to go in, probably from like 1 o'clock or 1:30 on. Need about probably an hour and a half at the laundromat, and maybe an hour at the grocery store. And I'd like to take a shower at the community center. And the other thing I'd like to do is pick up a spare fuel canister as I get more store-bought food. They don't work quite like my dehydrated meals, where I just put boiling water in and let them rehydrate. Some of them have to be cooked. So and then you just gotta, in the grocery store, you just gotta get stuff. You have to improvise to get enough food with what they have. If all they have is ramen, you get a lot of ramen. But I have a notion that this store will have quite a bit. I talked to somebody and they said, yeah, they have everything you need, which is nice to go to a real grocery store. Convenience stores don't generally have very much other than a bunch of bars and candy and some protein bars, and they charge you a lot. Although this person said that the prices in Connecticut are really high, so I'm expecting to pay pretty dearly for this resupply. I looked to see if there are options to stay in town overnight, and there are, but it starts at $180 for a room plus taxes, so $200. So I'm gonna get into town and try to get back to the trail and sleep at the shelter, and just I don't want to spend $200 a night. That's kind of the way it's going to be here. It's been in New York, and it's going to be in Connecticut, and maybe there might be a hostel true in Massachusetts. It isn't really officially a hostel, but coming up in a day or two, there's a lady that takes hikers into her home, charges hostel prices, and so I need to look at my itinerary and plan ahead and see kind of when I think I'll be there, and call her and reserve. Might have to pay a little bit to get her to come get me as a shuttle. I don't know if she does that free for people that stay at her house, or whether she charges extra, but the trail isn't too far, so it's just the things you got to think about. Actually, I wouldn't have to do, thinking about it, I wouldn't have to do, depends on when I get there. Wouldn't have to do laundry today, although I have some stuff that really needs a good wash. I'm starting to really smell bad. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep taking you with me. I've been to the laundromat. The lady there is very helpful, gave me the quarters I needed to go to the welcome center and take a shower. So I've showered, but I forgot to take my razor along. They're a little distance apart, and shave. So I'm going back to shave, and also she said that this one store over here occasionally lets hikers camp overnight in the backyard, and it'd be really nice if I didn't have to hike out tonight, if I could just have some time to get stuff done. And so I'm going to go over there and talk to him and see if he'll let me do that. If not, well, I'm going to have to sneak out of town and find a place in the trees to bed down. I don't want to go hike back to that shelter. It's 3 tenths, it's up, it's a rocky, craggy climb. So I'm hoping this works out. I got to put on my best manners and do that. And so Kent is a kind of an upscale little town, but they are welcoming of hikers. And then I've got 20 some minutes on my laundry, and I'll go back, and then I will go to IGA and try to do my resupply. And hopefully, if I can get this all arranged, then I can hike out in the morning with a full resupply. I hitched into Kent, Connecticut. This is Kent, Connecticut, and this is the Welcome Center. The Welcome Center has a quarter-operated shower back here for hikers. It's $2 for 4 minutes. I got $4. I rented a towel from the laundromat. I'm gonna go in here, take a shower, and try to put on something that isn't dirty. Then I'm going to the laundromat and do laundry. And then while I'm doing laundry, I'm going to go to the IGA and get some resupply. And then I need to inquire of a business across the street that sometimes lets people pitch their tent in the yard in the back, and see if I can't stay the night there. I don't have a tent, but I'll blow up my sleeping pad and I'll sleep in the grass, and that way I don't have to hike out and find a place tonight. So pretty aggressive agenda, but we're going to see if we can't make it all happen. So the wrap-up of day, I believe it's 1:02. I'm going to ground tonight. I came into Kent to do a resupply, laundry, take a shower, shave, take care of a bunch of things, and there's I don't know, it's an establishment here that sells lattes and all kinds of drinks and ice cream and whatever, and they allow through hikers to camp, and so it was so much better for me to just stay in town instead of trying to get back to the trail tonight. So I'm trying something different. I pitched my tarp in ground mode, which I've never done before, but it's standing up. The only thing I'm a little worried about is mosquitoes. The bug net, I guess I could put the bug net from my hammock over top of me once I get in the bag tonight. I don't know, we'll see. So it's pretty warm now. It's still 80 degrees, and we're gonna see. So thing is, we'll get up, pack up, and hike out of town tomorrow morning. It's the hike back to the shelter was kind of gnarly, and I didn't want to do it with a full pack. I would have had to hitch out of town. And so anyway, it's a wrap-up of day 102. There have been some people that have been really helpful and helping me out this evening, and it's just wonderful.